My height.
My hair.
The colors of my eye.
I want to be a little bit shorter.
My thighs and my height.
To be skinnier, maybe. And to change my skin color.
I'd like to have a lighter hair color.
To be a little bit taller. When I'm older, I want to have bigger lips.
To be taller and thinner, like the models in the magazines.
I'm skinny, tall, and blonde.
I want to be skinny.
Like me now, but to change my teeth.
Kendall Jenner.
Taylor Swift. Angelina Jolie.
Selena Gomez and Kendall Jenner.
Selena Gomez.
The media pressures women to look a certain way. For example, they tell us to look thin or tall or have perfect skin.
With the increased use of social media nowadays, such as Instagram and Snapchat and all of that, you see it's like you live with models and actresses. So really how it affected me is I would want to look exactly like them. Or really I've worked on myself, and I have this way of thinking now that if you look exactly like another model, for example, then what makes you you?
So the media tells us, the younger generation, all girls, that like we should be like Gigi Hadid, Kendall Jenner, like all those models. We should be tall, skinny, like beautiful. We should have the perfect hair, perfect everything.
Media tells us every day that we should be thinner and we should be taller and we should have a figure of a model. But people should realize that models are photoshopped and they don't even look like that. They're just really, really thin people that are tall, and we just look up to them and we believe that that's how every single girl should look like, and that's how we define beauty.
It had me develop many ideologies on what the perfect woman is supposed to look like, and it's making me try to look like them. So.
My height, I'd like to be taller.
My nose, my upper lip, my curves and my lips.
I would change my broad shoulders.
I would change my thighs.
Really my thighs.
After I start working on my imperfections and improving them, then I'll start appreciating my body more.
I hope that one day I can, but personally it's going to be something hard to do, since in this generation outer beauty is more important than inner beauty, and people judge you based on how you look like.
I think I will. It's one thing I'm definitely working on, because there are several things that I don't like about myself, whether they are like face-wise or body-wise, like for example my nose, or just my body shape. And I realized if I don't come to accept what I have, then I would never really be happy.
I already do, because I used to be like really insecure as a man. I used to feel really bad about myself. So then I learned to accept my flaws.
I can learn to, but I don't think I will anytime soon, because every girl, to be like in general, has flaws that she is not happy about, and I don't think it's very easy for her to accept them or to love them. All we see on social media are Victoria's Secret models who have abs, who have perfect skin, no flaws and beautiful hair. And this makes me personally feel upset about how I look, and I tend to compare myself to other people.
I feel like I'm not up to society's beauty standards, and that most definitely decreases my self-confidence and decreases my image of, and changes my image of myself when I look into a mirror, and I'm like, should I be like those people should I be like the models in the magazine? Is that how I'm supposed to be? And it just brings up thoughts that destruct you.
When I look at a fashion magazine, all I see is slim models that look perfect, but really once you actually investigate and just using your common sense, you realize that it's all Photoshop. And by Photoshop, I don't just mean airbrushing the skin, I also mean slimming down the body. And just looking at, if I were a model and I looked at a picture of myself in a magazine, I don't think I would recognize myself, because the amount of work that's put into those pictures is insane. So what you see really isn't reality. So I think those magazines should be used for fashion inspiration and makeup inspiration, but not really inspiration to go and do Botox or to starve yourself just to become as slim as a model that you see in a magazine.
I have my insecurities, of course. There are things that I felt I wish were different. My hair was big and curly. I had a little bit of acne. I still have a gap here in my teeth, and I thought these were quite interestingly different.
I didn't have any confidence in my appearance. I was chubby and obese. I was obese as a teenager, and I was teased and bullied because of it. So it scarred me for a really long time that I had to seek help, because I believe that I'm not accepted, not because I'm not pretty enough or I'm not good enough to be within the gang or with the cool girls in the school, because I'm not up to their standards.
Less than confident. I did not feel like I looked the way I should have looked. I was always aiming to look better or different because of all the images I would see in the media. Though I was skinny and relatively cute, with really nice hair, I still felt it was less than it should have been. I wanted more, and I wanted to look more like so-and-so or so-and-so. So I felt really, really less confident, and it kind of made my teenage years pretty difficult.
I always thought I was really unattractive, and then I put on a lot of weight, because whenever I was unhappy I would eat, and I was very embarrassed about being overweight. So I always felt like I didn't look nice at all.
Yes and no. There are things that I'm pleased to be right now. Like at this point, for example, I wouldn't like acne. I will never accept it, right? But there are different things that I now kind of appreciate about myself, like the gap in my teeth, for example, that I mentioned before, is now something that I kind of think is quite interesting in a positive way. So yeah, I think as you grow older, and the more, like, I'm very different from the way I was 4 years ago. So the older I get, I think I start to accept myself and my imperfections a little bit.
When I start reading more about human nature and embracing everything, even all my imperfections, I realized that it's only normal to have imperfections, and not to pressure myself to live up to a standard that may not affect my psyche later on, because it's not about the imperfections, it's about how you see yourself.
Oh yes, I think that's the key. I think the key to being happy in life is learning how to look in the mirror, look into your eyes and say, I love you, and feel compassion for yourself, and give yourself gentle messages, because at the end of the day, we're all doing the best we can, and everyone makes mistakes, and nobody's perfect.
That's a work in progress. I'm still learning to love my flaws and what's wrong with me. But as I got older, although I started to lose some of my looks and youth and started gaining weight, I actually became a lot more confident than I was when I was younger, especially recognizing that media sells us dreams and ideas that aren't really real, and many of these women are touched up anyway, and they're not real, and almost any kind of look can be pretty in its own way, and just began to realize that when I got older.
To believe in herself more. I needed someone to tell me to believe in myself more, and to encourage me to read more to understand why those girls were bullying me because of my weight. And with time, because I realized that their insecurities were bigger than the weight and bigger than the appearance.
To my teenage self, I would have loved to have said, you know what, Leslie? You are a lovable, capable human being. And you've got all you need inside of you. And you just need to love yourself more. And not worry so much about what other people think.
Oh, I would say take a deep look at how just absolutely beautiful you are and how smart you are and how many things you have to offer the world, how funny you are. It's not all about a certain look that someone somewhere decided was the ideal look at all. I now recognize tall can be beautiful, short can be beautiful, heavy can be beautiful, skinny can be beautiful, all of it.
Actually, media has actually enlightened myself about the issue about women trying to be skinny and trying to aim to get size 0. I don't think it's actually changed my perception about a woman, but it's been very sad to see in the news how many girls put so much emphasis on their size, and it's sad, but at the same time it's a reality, so we have to face it.
Yes, of course, because it's a very growing phenomena where Photoshop is being used on many famous celebrities, and that's making us see girls as if they have to be perfect, like all of the girls we see on the internet. A lot of the girls on the internet, you have to know, the girls of our generation need to know that they're played with, it's Photoshop, and that's not what a perfect girl should be like. Those standards are almost utopian standards, which no one should oblige to.
No, personally I've always understood the exaggeration that goes on in the media and how they always try to show girls in what they perceive the perfect girl should be, but I believe that however a girl is, she's perfect the way she is.
If I would choose between physical and personality traits, I would say that personality traits are a bit more important. Like a normal girl needs a personality more than a girl who has like a good shape and a really bad personality.
Because I think personality is of the essence, because most of the time if you have a good personality, it really reflects on how people look at you, so it really affects the way you look.
An unfortunate reality we have to come to is that this generation, especially the boys, they tend to have a first impression of a girl or a girl in their age or a female upon her physical traits, and that's just a reality that's been occurring in the 21st century, especially because of the effect of media on the girl's image. Therefore, we have to try to blend the idea of accepting girls for more of their personality than their physical traits, because that's in the end a much more important value that we must consider.
When I was a teenager, definitely. I mean, the physicality was definitely what you look at, that's what you see first. And then with maturity, with life experiences, you tend to sort of appreciate the more of the personality, the characters of people and stuff like that. So I think that is something that needs to be discussed with teenagers, about how you appreciate people, about who they are more than what they look.
To ignore any negative comments people say about you, because every person is different in any way. So don't let anything take you down.
Look after your body. It's a gift to be healthy. Once you've gone down the road of starving yourself to achieve a size 0, skinny, or sometimes we look at ourselves too much in the mirror. We look at yourself in the mirror and things that are normal to others, you see as a problem to your face, to the rest of your body. And that can be quite damaging. So let's look at at the mirror a bit less in the morning. And once you've gone that route where you starve yourself, it's sometimes very, very difficult to get back on track. And there's a lot of support outside of your house sometimes, to talk to people like the counsellors, to get help. And you need help sometimes with that. So look after yourself and be proud of your body.
To girls, I would give the advice that confidence is key. No matter how you look, no matter what you wear, no matter who you are, confidence is what makes you stand out more than anything else for a lot of guys out there. And things like self-image, they're some of the least important things in life. you have other things to worry about, like your career, your family, your friends. So don't think about it too much.